Hey YouTube, happy Thanksgiving. Although this video will probably be going up on the day after, we're continuing our bronze to mythic climb on our free-to-play draft account for Avatar the Last Airbender. We've been in a little bit of a slump the last few drafts. Let's see if we can kick it back into gear. Let's jump in. All right, let's see what we're rocking here. Couple okay options. Nothing too crazy. I think the Fire Nation drill is just incredible. Anytime that there's these permanents that are both a threat to life total and also when they enter, kill something, tends to be pretty darn good. I had great success with this in paper recently, and I think it's definitely the best card in this pack by a pretty decent margin. I think the Fire Nation tax is good. I think Earth Rumble's okay. It's an actual fight, not a bite. So it's significantly worse than Rocky Rebuke. And also, for 2 more mana, getting the Earthbend 2 out of it, I think is just not worth it, especially at sorcery speed. Firebending Lesson's also great, but I don't love taking one of these red cards, mainly because this pack is so weak that I know for sure that like if I take one of these red cards, Fire Nation Drill gets taken and the other red card gets taken, I'm going to be fighting against a red drafter almost certainly, because what else do you take in this pack? It's kind of awful. Whoa, whoa. Okay, this is crazy. I'm taking Earthbender Ascension, but Brennan Shaw is just incredible. 5 mana 4/4 flyer with Firebending 2 is great. When it enters, if you have 3 or more Dragon or Lesson cards in your graveyard, you make a second copy of it if it's not legendary. So if you have 3 Lessons, this is a 5 mana 4/4 uh, that makes a 5 mana 4/4, and it's on cast, or when it enters, so it's pretty hard to deal with. The problem is Earthbender's Ascension is so consistent, so good, not double pipped. It fixes for my Fire Nation Drill, which is double black, and we just passed 2 really good red cards. So we're just going to pay off whoever's sitting next to us, because whoever's sitting next to us gets to take either the Fire Nation tax or Firebending Lesson, and then Ren and Shaw. But we're taking Earthbender's Ascension. This card's crazy, and we're pretty happy about it, honestly. Um, wow, into kind of nothing. This pack's terrible. I don't think Zuko's great. I'm not a big fan of it. We could pivot pretty hard away from the Fire Nation drill if we want to. I'm not super attached to it, of course. Earthbender's Ascension kind of makes it so you can do whatever the heck you want. Lesson, Saga, or Shrine, which unfortunately this is not. This pack's lame. Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I've gone up and down on this card. I don't love it. I don't hate it. The only real green card in this pack, I guess. But I think I'm gonna take the Guru. There's a world where this is the best card in this pack for us long term. I don't love taking a band attachment that's not color win. I think Deadly Precision's. You know what? No, we'll take the Deadly Precision. It's a removal spell. I think it's important to get them early so you can stay in the colors you want to stay in. Ooh, wow, this is a choice. The Trebuchet is really good. 3 mana 0/4, but whenever you attack with anything, you make a 2/1 that's with flying that's attacked and a tapping. And at the beginning of the next end step, you sacrifice it. So you get your end step triggers, or you get your sacrifice triggers for sure, but you also get um, things to sacrifice. That's really good. Problem is, Earth Kingdom General is also really good. You know what? No, we already have the Deadly Precision. Let's take the Trebuchet. I think it's solid. Keep cutting off black. We could even be like mono black. Boomy's decent. 6 mana 4/4, and it's based on a number of lessons. Problem is, there's not a ton of lessons in black. I think Warden is super mid. Fire Nation Attacks is good. I really want to play this Earthbender's Ascension. I don't know. I think Boomy's like super fine. If you have 3 lessons, he's a 7/7 that Earthbends 3 and Scries 3, which is just crazy. I think the Hog Monkey is super mid. And Pillar Launch is also just not very impressive. I don't know. We'll take Boomy. See where we go. I'm staying very open. I'm feeling very open. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Cycle of Renewal over the Canyon Crawler. I think Canyon Crawler is good, but I think the Sack of Land thing is excellent. It counts as a sack trigger. If we're going into that deck, it's great. It's ramp. The Oasis is good. If we had taken the Guru, going into Shrines is kind of the direction you want to go. This is one of the better ones. It's just 3 mana, draw a card, but then anytime a Shrine enters, you draw a card. But Cycle of Renewal has proven to be amazing. Wow. Boomy's Bash, 7th pick. That's okay. We're getting an Iroh here, and we could end up being like Jundam out, and Iroh helps with that a lot. He's a 4 power creature, which is relevant. He makes our Lessons cost one less. We already have one, and we have a Boomy to go with him. Yeah, we could be going into like a weird, kind of like mid-range lessons deck. 8th pick Firebending Lessons. What? I mean, it's so much better than everything else here. Oh my goodness. Maybe we're junding him out? You know, red just seems wicked open. Let's try and jund him out here. Origin of Metal Bending, I'm super happy wheeled. I'm not surprised either of the red cards didn't, but that's fine. Porcupine, Turtle Duck. I'll take a Turtle Duck. I think the Beetlehead Merchants is both mid and replaceable. When this creature attacks, you can sack another creature or artifact to put a card, draw a card, and put a 1/1 counter on it. It's whatever. I think the Turtle Duck early game matters a lot. Here, I'll take the Vinebender over the Yuyan Archers. We may not be red. You know, I'm just taking it because it was so far and away the best card in the pack. Wow, see, I think this card's fine. If we end up in red, I'm going to want Mongoose Lizard. Right, so sometimes I'll do this. I don't do it very often, but I'll actually sort by color mid-draft to see how committed I actually am to any given color. And right now, it seems to me like the only color I'm actually playing is green. I'll take a Pillar Launch here. I think it's not great, but I'll maybe play it. Sideboard Mountain. Okay. Another not very exciting pack. This card's just so far away from what we're doing, even though it's amazing. This card's insane. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant's pretty good. Corrupt Court Official's pretty good. I'll take the Cabbage Merchant. Essentially, I know I'm playing green, and I don't really know what's going on outside of that. So I'm going to take green cards because I know they're going to make my deck. We're playing this, you know, Earthbender's Ascension pretty confidently. I think the rare Momo is, funny enough, actually worse than the uncommon Momo. So, not really seeing a signal to go into white, so I would actually take this Momo over this one. Funny they're in the same pack. Jody's interesting. Black, tap, surveil one, create a token if it's a copy of this creature, and then sacrifice an artifact or creature. So you can basically turn other artifacts and creatures into this, and then you can start making an army of Jodys. It kind of like requires a removal spell, where it starts to get out of hand pretty quickly. And we're making a decent amount of things, right? So Unlucky Cabbage Merchant makes a thing, Earthbender Ascension makes a land, we're okay with sacrificing. Trebuchet makes a thing. Yeah, actually, only as a sorcery is very sad, but it's fair. All right, we're getting a little away from red. I say that, and then we get past the Sozin's Comet. I think this card is generally a trap, but it is good in the right deck. Ibe has been really good. 4 mana 3/3. When it enters or attacks, you can sack a creature or artifact to put 1/1 counters on it. And when it leaves, you move those 1/1 counters to whatever the heck you want. True Ancestry has also been very good. It's a lesson. I think High Bay is good enough that I'm kind of okay with taking it here. I don't know, actually. True Ancestry's been really good. It also has it's a lesson for Boomy and Iroh. It makes a clue for our sacrificey things. There's also Cycle Node in this pack. I'm gonna take True Ancestry. I really don't know what our second color is here. Like, look how uncommitted we are to a second color right now. If you uh, look at our deck. Like, I could even take a card in a completely different color outside of black or red, and probably be fine with it. Although here, I'm gonna take the black-red fixing. I think it's important for Earthbending. I think it's good because it gets us closer to being able to play some of our better black cards. I don't think I'm playing this Pillar Launch. All right, we're gonna put the red in the sideboard. I'm assuming I'm not playing red, especially now that I'm getting a June. June is really good in the black-red or black-green sacrifice deck. I do think black-green is the place to be if you're gonna be playing black. And see, look, we're getting a 6-pick Corrupt Court Official. I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm gonna at this point move my black cards into the deck for sure. Allies at Last is a great removal spell. I would take a Canyon Crawler or Earth Village Ruffians. I think they're both pretty good, but I think Allies at Last as the double 2-creature bite is pretty hard to interact with. I think Rebellious Captives as an early game play, it Earth Bends, does all the things. It's more important than the Beetle-Headed Merchants. It's another card that I just don't, I think it's super replaceable. Another Corrupt Court Official, super happy to get those. They're great things to sack. See, look, we're getting a 10th pick Crawler now. I need to do like a lesson count. Okay, so for lessons and things that care about lessons, we have a Cycle of Renewal, a True Ancestry, Origin of Metal Bending. So technically we have exactly 3 lessons to make it so that Boomy can do all 3. I think Boomy needs to do at least 2 to be great. Because you can ignore the scry and just make him a 7/7 that does the thing. So is his Comet coming back around. If there wasn't a real card in this pack for me, which there is in Inspector, I would take the Mythic to fill our collection, but I think it's more important. I would play this if we are really all in on the lessons. I think the Foggy Swamp is whatever. I don't like Leaves from the Vine at all. Makes it food, I guess, and fills the graveyard. I don't like it. I think the card's too slow. I think it needs to do at least one more thing on its first ability for that card to be relevant. Whoa, that's a card I will splash red for. This is Toph. Toph is good. 4 mana, 3/4. We already have one of the tapped lands for her. And more importantly, we have Firebending Lesson and this red Cycler in the deck, in the sideboard already. I think that means Foggy Swamp is just not going to make the cut. Boomy might not make the cut. I'm super whatever on Boomy, especially given that it might mean I have to play worse other cards to make it so that Boomy is good. The last Agni Kai on a splash is a lot less exciting. I almost want to just take Twin Blades over it or Raucous Audience. No, I'd rather have a Twin Blades. Last Agni Kai is good. We already have good removal and we have a lot of small creatures. It's not good with small creatures. I want to just get to a point where we can just blow them out. Wow, we are just getting absolutely paid off now. Boomy's Bash, Earth Rumble, Jong Jong, and Wolfbat. I think Wolfbat's super mid. Earth Rumble is decent. 3 mana, 2/2. Does the thing. I don't know. Boomy's Bash is so good. And we have almost no unconditional removal. We have a Fire Nation Drill and a Deadly Precision. I'm going to take a Boomy's Bash here over Earth Rumble. I think Earth Rumble's not great. I think our Boomy's Bash is great. And we're just junding them out now. Funny enough, I think that means I take a Barrels of Blasting Jelly here. I think everything else here is replaceable. Gosh, a Glider Staff would be amazing if we were in white, but we're not. And it's a removal spell, and this is actually proven to be a pretty decent removal spell for 5. So I'm going to take it. Fixes us. It's another thing we can sacrifice. It also sacrifices itself. Maybe like Turtle Duck and Boomy are on the chopping block right now for me. Second, Twin Blades is not really where I want to be. I don't know. I can't believe this doesn't say Artifact, but it is what it is. This card, I feel like, is a trap. We can take one more Cycler and have all of our top end just be Cyclers. I kind of love that. Deadly Precision, though, with 2 Corrupt Court Officials and a June and a whole bunch of... Oh, this is tough. I'm going to take the Deadly Precision. Evasion Tactics again, no thanks. I'm going to take the Boiling Rock Prison. It fixes for us and gives us another one of our tappy lands that we can animate and do all the things with. I'll take another Boomy's Bash. Yeah, we're definitely not playing Boomy or the Corrupt Court Official. Here, I think I'm taking May over the rest of it. She's just really good early. Palace Inspector's great with the double Deadly Precision and Jodie. This is a tough call, but I'm going to take May, I think. Very happy about that. I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. I think Aang's Journey's kind of a trap. I'm not a fan of it. I could take the uncommon to fill my collection. Yeah, we're cutting cards anyway. I'm not playing Epoch Bears. I'll just take the uncommon to fill the collection, I guess. Here, I'll take Ty Lee legitimately. I like this card a lot. I will take a 11th pick Earth Rumble. And then, doesn't matter. Just fill the vault. Fill the vault. Fill the vault. I wonder if this draft will make it so we actually finished this chest for the vault. We're very close. Oh, 97. We were at 91 when we came into the draft. Okay. We have some serious cuts to make here. Badger Mole is probably a cut. We're just not doing enough Earthbending. And because we're cutting Boomy, I think Earthbending Lesson's just not really in the consideration at all. Alright, alright. This is a tough one. How much do we actually have that cares about sacrificing? So Deadly Precision wants stuff that I'm okay with sacrificing. Jodie wants stuff I'm okay with sacrificing. As does June. Does anything else care about sacrificing? Or is it just... Yeah, that's everything that cares about me sacrificing. In which case, I don't need as many like, oh my gosh, this is amazing for sacrificing cards. The Origin of Metal Bending has been really good. Fire Nation's Trebuchet is actually decent to go with all the things here. And it's also just kind of decent. It blocks really well in the air. Wow, this is tough. I think Earth Rumble's pretty mid. We have really good removal now. Fire Nation Drill, double Boomy's Bash, double Deadly Precision. Allies at Last is our removal package. I guess True Ancestry likes us sacrificing because we just get back whatever we sacrifice as well. Yeah, our removal package is fantastic now. I think Earth Rumble is just not it. Wow, we still need 3 more cuts. I think Barrels of Blasting Jelly to guarantee we are hitting our colors and having it be another thing we can sacrifice to Jody. Can only sacrifice it to Jody or Deadly Precision. Still good. Rebellious Captives might not be it. It's a decent early game play, but it doesn't really synergize with what we're doing too much. The earthbending, that is. Wow, this is really tough. Maybe the Trebuchet is a cut. I mean, I don't love it, but like, we don't have something that like really cares about sacrificing every turn. And with our removal being so good, I want creatures that are efficient because I won't need many. Yeah, I'll cut both of those. We're cutting a land, and so we need 1 more cut total. We have 2 shuffle effects to get the merchant back. It also fixes for us and ramps, which is super. It just does it all, I guess. Could be like Ty Lee, although I've been really impressed with Ty Lee as just a card that is super efficient. And this is tough. It could be Mai. Like, Mai is great with Allies at Last and some of our instant speed removal. We're not doing like the cast like 3 spells in 1 turn thing though. Problem is it's kind of another 2-drop, which I'm in love with. I think it's Mai or Ty Lee are like my worst cards right now. Neither are allies to synergize with Allies at Last. I think if I'm choosing between the 2, I'd rather have the 2-drop. Just earlier plays are better. And then we're cutting a land. Wow, super even split on colors. We have double black in our dual lands, and green fixes for everything. I think it's giving us a lot of red for some reason. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red cards. I don't count the fixers as anything. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green cards. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black cards. I actually have less red cards than anything, but it's giving me more red than green sources. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because green goes and gets off of Unlucky Cabbage Merchant, Earthender's Ascension, and Cycle of Renewal. I go get lands. So I want to have green. Yep, that seems like the deck. All right, we're going to try and Jund him out. Jund him out. Jund him out. Let's get in there. Jund him out. Jund him out. Jund him out. Ugh. Okay. Well, notably, I'm missing a whole color in my Jund him out deck. But also, this hand does nothing on turn 2, hypothetically nothing on turn 3, and then maybe remove something on turn 4 on the draw? No thanks. Hey, this looks way better. I'll put Origin of Metal Bending back. Obviously, if they play an early artifact or enchantment, I'll be sad. But it looks like we're going Boiling Rock, Corrupt Court Official, Cycle of Renewal, Fire Nation Drill. I think you should discard a card. So we're going to play the second Forest here, because for Cycle of Renewal, I don't have any double green cards in my deck, unless you count Iroh. But we do have double red and double black. War Balloon. That's pretty slow. Alright. Red, black, wires, aggro? I don't really know. Yuyan, archers, this cruise for 3? Destroys a creature, though. Oh. We're getting in there. Okay. Well, we really don't want to see any more lands. And they're going to make one step closer to making that a perma creature. I almost don't want to play the drill here. I'd rather... I guess we gotta get a black source, and I'll get another green because we have double mountain in hand. True Ancestry, huh? To get back a permanent? Yeah, I don't love this, but I think I gotta just use the drill and take action, kill the archers, get in for another one, and then we're going to be super aggressive with the drill next turn. Hopefully we draw any creature. I need to crew this. Combustion Man? Oh, what a blowout. It's okay. We're going to let them blow up our Fire Nation drill, I think. So that we can... Okay, firebending lessons, great. I wish this was an instant. That's okay, though. No attacks, end turn. We have firebending lesson to blow up the war balloon. We're going to let them blow up our Fire Nation drill. Oh, we're just crewing? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, if you're just doing this, then I'm just going to kick this. Deal 5 to it. I think that was a misplay on their part. Og Monkey is fine. He has no creatures with 1/1 counters. Iroh is very good, because it means we can now crew the... I shouldn't have played that land, maybe. We can now we can crew the drill. Let's see what they do. Pass to attackers. We can target a permanent. I assume it's the drill. It's Iroh. In response to you targeting Iroh, I crew the drill. And I assume I have to take the 4 here. Uh-oh. Well, I think we lose now. As they exile our drill. So we can't get it back with True Ancestry either. Because of course not. So we can get back Corrupt Court Official. I think we just have to hit a removal spell. So we get back Corrupt Court Official. And this puts 2 1/1 counters on itself. So we have 2 copies of the destroy target creature by sacking something. And we also have 2 copies of Boomy's Bash, which I think is what we have to draw to. So I think I need to use the firebending to sack this clue. So that I have the mana. Well, we play out our hand. We discard a card. I play June. I can only do this during my turn. We're gonna chump block, chump block. Yeah, I think we've lost. Them having the exile effect definitely got us. I decline. You get to blow up June. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You have to do that. We get to live a turn, I guess. But now this gives itself menace. Oh, and they drew another creature. Oh, one card off with the deadly precision. Yeah, I don't know if we misplayed that per se. I feel like we flooded out and kind of felt like we had to play out our hand. And as a result, that made our plays worse. I really wish we had just drawn a little bit better so that we didn't have to like force out the Fire Nation drill and we didn't have to like force out blocks. All right, let's see if we can bounce back. John Dome out. John Dome out. One lander. On the draw again. All right, I'll keep this one. We'll put back Origins of Metal Bending again. I'm just gonna play Callous Inspector on turn 1 because I'm not playing True Ancestry on turn 2. Yay, no 1-drop. I like that. We can Swamp Cycle and then get it back with True Ancestry on a future turn if we need to. Rebellious Captives. Ooh, Joe D. Don't mind if I Joe do. Alright, let's start making Joe Ds. Yeah, I'm not blocking this. Seems like they got something. That's not scary at all. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to play Boggy Bottom Swamp. I'm going to get in for 1. That's Menace. This is only as a sorcery. So I get to Surveil 1. Firebending Lesson I'll keep on top. Sacrifice the Callous Inspector. Lose a life and make a clue. Play the Barrels of Blasting Jelly. This is looking good. The army of Jody begins. Take 5 here? Yeah, I don't really want to block. I have a Firebending left the next turn to use. Pretending Pox Bears. Alright, we're kind of just getting aggroed out a little bit. And I actually think that's pretty okay for our deck. So I'm going to kill the 2/2 that later is a problem. And then I'm going to use the token, activate, make a copy of Jody. Ooh, I want a Fire Nation drill. And I'll sacrifice Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Do I want to sacrifice the clue to make another 2/2? Or do I just want to draw off the clue? Or Swamp Cycle the following turn? Or I can even... so many options. I think I'm actually going to block with this Jody, or one of the Jodies, and then I'm just going to sack the clue as an actual card draw effect. We have a lot of tokens to make. And you can also always just sacrifice the token that it makes to just basically have this be black, tap, Surveil 1, which isn't terrible. Are we Rocky Rebuking? Sure. Jody's kind of started to do their job. Uh-huh. Pass. I will now block the 3/1 before we start getting too low here. Because we can just use the Fire Nation drill to remove the Earthbent land. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. Interesting. I just want to play the Fire Nation drill. Their land's screwed. I will take action, destroy target creature of power 4 or less, resolve, and I am not blocking with Jody, so they can get in for 2. We're getting a little low. They did finally hit a land drop. See what they want to do about it. Diligent Zookeeper. Well, that's a human. But that could be scary eventually. Land is great. Land is Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. And then I can always True Ancestry for my Firebending lesson, but now I can just sack the food to gain the life, which honestly may be better than making another Jody. Either way, I can make a Jody here just to what's it called? Surveil one. I'm 1 mana awkward anyway, so I think I'll do that. And then I'll just sacrifice the tapped token. Oh. Oh, I want that. Sacrifice the tapped token. And then I guess knowing I have her on top, I want to True Ancestry back my Barrels of Blasting Jelly and make a clue. And then we're just going to hold up crewing the Fire Nation Drill to block things. And I'll probably just trade with the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant if they offer it. This is also a removal spell. Suki! Hey, that's pretty good. Pass. I will happily trade Fire Nation Drill for the Zookeepers. I can just crew this. I love you just passing. I think that's great for me. I don't really have a card to discard, but I really want True Ancestry back. So I think what happens this turn is I just play the Barrels of Blasting Jelly. I actually want all 4 of my mana. I don't want to use Jody. So I'm just going to pass. And I will trade the Drill for Suki, because then Toph can get back True Ancestry to get back the Drill. Mana value 4 or less? Power. Alright, we gotta be careful and make sure that Suki doesn't get out of hand on that. Earthbending lesson. Sure. We have decent blocks by using the Cabbage Merchant, sacking it and shuffling it away. Go get a land. Just my turn. Alright, I'll start with the clue. Oh. That was the food. I will not shuffle away the Cabbage Merchant. Sorry, the clue looked like a food. It kind of looks like an orange. That's fine. I was doing either of these anyway. Boomy's Bash is actually better than playing top here, I think. Yeah, I don't really want to Swamp Cycle this. I really want to just play this off of hitting 1 more land at some point here. I think I just Boomy's Bash the 4/4 Suki. And then we can Jody to Surveil, which if we're doing anyway, we should just do that first. We'll just Surveil 1. Tapped land is good enough, I would say. And we just sack the Suki. And then, yeah, I'm gonna deal damage equal to the number of lands I have to Suki. And then we're still holding up the Drill. And then next turn I can play the tapped land. Ooh, Diley Agents. That's pretty scary. Take 2 more. Yep. That's fine. Pass. My turn. Alright. Tapped land. I think here I play Toph. I can also just use the barrels of Blasting Jelly for 5 this turn on the Diley Agents. That might be better. That might be better. Just cash it in. If we can stabilize, we win. I have 2 4/4s. Yeah, I actually think I just, now that I have a red source, I just blow up the Diley Agents before they're a problem. Because if they give that any form of evasiveness or protection, and they get an attack in and drain for 3, or worse, they Earthbend first and then drain for like 4, we're just going to get destroyed. I need to kill it before they can put up protection for it. Pass. Getting in with both 4/4s, you say. Alright, I shall crew 2 on the Jody. Seems like you have a trick. Please no exile. It's just a fight. That's unfortunate. I think that means we have to chump block with the Cabbage Merchant. Because otherwise it just starts to get real gross. Ooh, Boomy's Bash is pretty good. We could play June and Boomy's Bash. We're just getting real low, health-wise. I think I have to play Toph. Discarding. Ooh. I can't do the Fire Nation. Discarding June. And then we also get to Earthbend 1 here, getting back the Fire Nation drill. Alright. We need to stabilize here. We're at 7. So we're not dead. A lot of stuff kills us. But if we get 1 turn back here, we win. We need them to have... That doesn't matter. Okay. So I can chump. I'm at 7. So I can... Ooh, this is so sketch. Fire Nation Drill kills something next turn. I can't take both 4s. We have to kill this next turn. I also can't double block. So I can jump and take the 1/1 off the board and go to 1. And then next turn, I play Fire Nation Drill, animate another thing. Yeah, this is our only play. This is so close. Earthbend land comes back, that doesn't matter. Land is not good enough, right? Doesn't really matter. I can Boomy's Bash or Fire Nation Drill. I think we gotta get the Fire Nation Drill down so that it can be a blocker next turn. Earthbend our other land. Take action. Oh, we're dead. We're still dead. Damn it. Right? Well, they don't know that we're still dead. And they could be worried that attacking with everything loses. God damn it. Alright. We're 0-2. God damn, black is so bad. Why do I keep playing black? This color is so terrible. Oh my gosh. At least that was a free roll on our ranked. We've actually come all the way back down to the bottom of platinum. I swear if I go 0-3 again, I'm going to lose my mind. This set is so polarizing. Like 7 win, 7 win, 0-3, 0-3. It's like nothing in between. It's also very uncommon for me. Like usually I'm very consistent. Like that's kind of how I'm able to be a free-to-play player. Because if you just are doing 7s and 0s, you're going to lose. This is an amazing hand, by the way. Uh-huh. I'll play a Jody. See what's up. Green, red. Lightning strike. Firebending lesson. Combustion technique. Alright, all the above. Earthbender's Ascension's amazing. Animate the black red land. Go and get another black land for our double black cards. Get our first trigger there. That eventually will be a problem for them. Land is good. I think you should discard a card. And I'll hold up Origin of Metal Bending. I don't need to attack. I don't need to sacrifice anything to kill this 2-3. Earthbender's Ascension will just eventually run away with it, and we have such great protection and removal. The Boulder. That I will kill. Next turn. My turn. Another land is good. Boomy's Bash. Destroy the boulder. And we're just gonna chill out still. Eventually, Earthbender's Ascension is doing its thing, and then we'll just kind of run away with it. We can actually do it next turn. We can just sacrifice our Boiling Rock Prison at some point to bring it back. Get our Earthbender's Ascension trigger. Pass. Alright, we're just chilling. I like chilling. Here's another land. Landfall, put a 1/1 counter on a creature. Next. I shall swing for 3. Want to trade? Down the trade. +3, +1. Create a clue. Alright. I'll bite. 1/1 counter and it won't die. Then you sack the clue. Sure. Pillar jump. Nope. End turn. We have a deadly precision as well. We don't have a lot of earthbending, so I may actually sack the Foggy Bottom Swamp to turn it into something. Deal 4 to it. It comes back as a land. I get to put a 1/1 counter on my Corrupt Court Official. We need permanents that aren't lands. Red-green again. Okay. Not exactly what I meant. I will sack the Foggy Bottom Swamp. See what we draw. Even a land here is fine. Cycle of Renewal is very good. 2 landfall triggers for our Earthbender's Ascension. But now we also have 2 removal spells, the barrels, and then sack a thing, do a thing. So this is a trick that will hopefully work. I genuinely think I just blow that up immediately. I just don't even want to deal with it. And then we'll just play the Callous Inspector and get him for 2. You can have 2 life. And then we get him for 2. And I'll play a 1/1 that I'm very happy to sacrifice to Deadly Precision. We can also just pay for Deadly Precision at this point to destroy target creature. Abandoned Attachments. Yeah, Twin Blades isn't doing much for them, but I'm happy to see it go. Everland. Next. All attack. I'm going to do this to push some damage through. We're going to sack red, but we're going to get red-black. And 2 landfall triggers. They're going to go both on the menace creature, because I'm very okay with them killing the menace creature, because it gives me a clue back anyway. And we're holding up allies at last as well. If they play something with 5 or less toughness, we can double kill it. Cool, I get a clue. Which I will immediately be sacking. Ostrich Horse. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. I'm happy to see that go. I'm going to be efficient mana-wise and just kill this. Save myself a mana for next turn. Cool. We'll draw off the clue first. Deadly Precision number 2. Put a 1/1 counter on the Corrupt Court Official. Unfortunately, Deadly Precision's a sorcery. But they don't know this, but we're going to just sack the Boiling Rock Prison here. Takes us off double red, interestingly, but I'm kind of okay with that. We have 1 double red card in the whole deck. June is pretty good. I'm going to play June 1st. Because now when I play this land, if they want to kill the Corrupt Court Official, I get to sack it for a clue. Cool. And we have double removal spell, so this seems like a pretty hard one to lose from here. Cool. Not 0-3. I will take it. I mean, we need to get back in the winner's column here in any form to get a comeback starting 0-2. Even 1 win is a little bit of optimism for us here. I am thankful for 1 win. It's 50 gems, I think, and I don't even think it's a pack. But 50 gems is 50 gems, right? Like, we hustle and grind for 60. So 50 makes a difference for sure. Old man tan, huh? All right. 2 wins. 1's foot in front of the other. Okay. What an amazing hand if we have green. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant, Earthbender's Ascension. We have a Firebending lesson to keep us in the game. I can't do it. This is way better. Oh, it's like the same hand. What the heck? Keeping 6. Ugh. Putting back Deadly Precision on the draw. Oh, I love seeing an island. That is great news. Blue-red, huh? Alright, you can lightning strike this. Or quench it. Or abandon attachments. All of the above are fine. As long as we get to Earthbender's Ascension, I don't care. Yeah, this is a good start. Dragonfly Swarm on turn 3 is scary. We have a Boomy's Bash for it, though, eventually here. We'll start with an Earthbender's Ascension. Animating the Boiling Rock. Going and getting our second black source. I'm not attacking. And they don't know this, but we're not only holding up sacking the food off of Unlucky Cabbage Merchant, we're also holding up Cycle of Renewal. I think here, actually, though, with the mana up, I'm just gonna... I want to hit my land drops, so I'm just gonna Mountain Cycle. And then we're still holding up Cycle of Renewal and Origin of Metal Bending and all the things. So, whatever they want to do at instant speed here, I care not. Combustion Man! Well, we have a Boomy's Bash for that. See if they want to attack as a result. Want to get in for one? No, they don't. Alright. I will sacrifice this mountain and go get... I need a second forest now for True Ancestry and Origin of Metal Bending. And we have double red, double black through. And we have way more black cards than red cards. So we'll go get green, black. Trigger, trigger. And we're going to start making this Boiling Rock pretty good. Hey, another land. We can make 2 3/3s actually. Fights with the Dragonfly Swarm pretty well. And we're just going to Boomies Bash this. Number of lands I control equals 6. And we're holding up sacking the food to go get a land. We're holding up Origin of Metal Bending to protect either of our creatures. A second Combustion Man. Okay. That's a lot less exciting. Deal 1 to me? Yeah, whatever. My turn. June. I can True Ancestry to go get the Menace creature back. Second Combustion Man is very annoying, actually. It blocks super well. I think I am True Ancestoring for the Mongoose Lizard. I can't cast it this turn, but this makes a clue. And I shall activate the clue. I'd love to see a land. Twin Blades. We cannot do that. I assume Combustion Man is going to target my Earthbender's Ascension. And then I can block with the Cabbage Merchant and then go get a land off of it. It's funny, I could also just go get a land off of Mongoose Lizard and play it. But then I have to tap the Boiling Rock Prison to keep up green, which is kind of suspicious. I think we just pass here. And hold up the food activation. See what they want to do. I may just take the 4 from Combustion Man's attack. Waterbending Scroll with 3 islands makes this 3 mana draw card. Zhong Zhong for the double trigger on an exhaust. Yeah, they seem like a lessons deck. Let's see how they want to attack. Pass. No attacks. I think I actually cycle. The 1 damage is irrelevant. The 5/6 doesn't attack or block well. And I have other things I want to do with my mana next turn. I think I just cycle. For our last mountain. I want the mana as well. Okay. Play the mountain. This gives trample, by the way, which is super relevant right now. Because I'm also holding up Twin Blades, which they don't know. So I can now go straight to combat. We're actually potentially threatening lethal here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available. So I sack the food and go get the land. This becomes a 5/5. Origin of Metal Bending makes it a 6/6. Twin Blades makes it a 7/7. And then it has double strike and trample. So I think I just attack with both. We're at 19 as well. I'm not afraid. I attack with both. What you got? Uh-huh. And to play around Ill-Quenchia, the very last thing we'll do is crack the food, so we have 2 mana up. Okay. If you're just doing that, I'm just going to Twin Blades. Kill Combustion Man and do some overkill. And I'll just keep up the rest of these abilities. Yep. Go to damage. Octopus form. That's cute. I give a 1/1 counter and indestructible then. Pretty straightforward. And then I now still deal... I could have done 1 extra damage had I done that before, but we didn't know what they were rocking over there. I think here I will go shields down on being able to sack the food for Cabbage Merchant protection. Get a June down. Sacrifice another creature, create a clue only during your turn. Can't be blocked as long as I've drawn 2 or more cards. Interesting. That's what we're going to want to start putting Earthbender's Ascension triggers on for sure. And don't forget, they have a Jong Jong, so they could, you know, have answers. But land is going to make Boiling Rock Prison trampling again. Attacking? Earthbender's Ascension gives trample, friend. Yep. Okay, get your Firebending 1. No blocks. I go to 17 with a food. I'm basically at 20. Oh, that's game over, right? I do believe. I use June, sacrifice another creature. It's the Callous Inspector. Lose a life and make 2 clues. June becomes unblockable when I draw this card. Jody, one of many. It's pretty decent. I play a Foggy Bottom Swamp. Earthbender's Ascension says this is a now must block card. Next. Attack with everything. They can't block June. They have to block at least one thing on the Boiling Rock. Last card, Firebending Lesson. Oh. Alright. Well, they didn't get to Jong Jong it. But they can now trade Porcupine or Dragonfly Swarm off. I mean, everything dies, actually. Die, die, die. You draw a card. And I will play Jody. And I'm still at 16, and they're at 3. They have a lot of card draw, though, off of the airship. Boomy's Bash. Alright, I get a land. And then Jody gets bigger. Waterbending Scroll still costs 3 to activate. Alright. Play a land. This goes to 4. I guess before I do anything, I should activate the clue. See what I draw. Another land. I put on Twin Blades. I go to combat. I attack with Jody. Choose a 5/5 trample. They can exhaust this to save a life instead of going to 1, or they can Waterbending Scroll. Looks like they're choosing to Waterbending Scroll. And then I shall hold up, sacrifice a land to draw a card, or of a clue, or of a food, I guess. Like I said, they're getting a lot of cards here, and we just need to keep putting creatures on the board. Problem is, we can keep giving trample with lands, so they need removal. Island also helps. Alright, well, it seems like they're saying I have a removal spell, so I'll bite. Or they're saying you don't have a land, which is also fair. Drawn a lot of lands. I play the Fire Nation drill first. And I will take action to destroy the Forecasting Fortune Teller. I'll play a land. Jody gets slightly bigger. Seems like overkill, but kicked Firebender's Ascension here, or Firebender's Lesson, does save them. Okay. Yep, that's the game. We've rallied back at least a little bit. There we go. That's 2. Can we do 3? 3 is like the big break point because it moves us from 250 gems earned to 1,000. So this game right here is worth 750 gems. It's worth half our draft. At 250 in 2 packs to 1,000 in 2 packs. So this game is for literally half a draft, right? So everything after that, it's still a pretty big jump. It gets diminishing as we go. The next game after this is 400, but the 750 is the huge one. So if we can rally back here, we have our colors and a cabbage merchant, and we're on the play. I think we gotta keep this. So we go turn 2 cabbage merchant. I just want to see a land so bad. I don't know if I can sack the cabbage merchant here, but if we do, that's okay. Compassionate healer means I can't really sack it. Oh, a land is amazing. They don't even know. Alright, what do we do with a land? We can just kill the compassionate healer. Seems a little aggressive. Kinda just want to play June. The reason being is June kills the compassionate healer if they want to attack with it. And I really want to get this healer off the board. It's been pretty impressive. June's not as good early. The unblockable isn't as relevant. Okay. I block. If you want to use a trick to save Passionate Healer, I don't care. Awesome. I believe this puts it onto the battlefield tapped. So with a tapped land, I think I just play May, and I pass. We're very close to getting a Toph in play. Okay. So we're gonna use Allies at Last to kill that, which unfortunately doesn't cost 1 less right here. That's okay though. It gives us the Prowess trigger. And a Prowess. So we'll up to 2 target creatures deal their power. And I get Prowess. And now I shall start my beatdown. If they want to kill the Cabbage Merchant, that's fine with me. Doop doop. Okay. And then we're going to go double Corrupt Court Official. I want to see them go like land here to a 5-drop. Okay. Yeah. I discard this land to get back my Allies at Last. And no attacks. And then next turn, we go boom boom. I just need them to not have a removal spell this turn for Vatoff. Earth Kingdom Jailer is a removal spell. We can go Corrupt Court Official and then Allies at Last to combo it. Okay. You discard a card. Oh, they had to think about that. So actually here, we're just going to make them discard the other card. Yeah, that's why. Razor Rings, no thanks. And then we're holding up Allies at Last to kill the Earth Kingdom Jailer. I will take 6. Oh, that's really concerning. Well, Fire Nation Drill protects us here. They have something here. and I want nothing to do with it. So let's see what's up. I will take action, destroy. They have protection? No. Oh, I have no instant sorceries in my graveyard to get back. That's fine. I assume they're just killing top here with something. I don't know what those 4 instant speed. Oh, kicked firebenders. Yeah, that's fair. I attack for 1. End turn. Okay. It could be the blades. Are we getting bladested? That's scary, because this would be 8 in the air right now. My turn. Huh. I play a land. I crew like this. I go to combat. Leaving back top. Alright. Do I want to do this on their turn or my turn? I guess I want to do this on their upkeep. I'm giving up A damage to do it this way. We also have a food, remember. So we're pretty far away from dying. I think I'm just going to do 7 to them here. And then I'm just going to end my turn. And then on their upkeep, I will try So we crew the drill using Toph, resolve, and then we use the drill and Toph to deal their power. And when I cast a spell, I Earthbend. Oh man, I should have done this on my turn then. Alright, well we still Earthbend. But then I give them no hexproof. And then Prowess triggers, and then Allies kills it. Yeah, Fire Nation drill. And then we let them draw. And then we pass to main. Yes! Fire Nation drill getting through the hexproof. We know how cards work. So it's very important you let the thing resolve first, and then you just remove the hexproof afterward. I actually had that come up in a paper game. What a run back. Starting off 0-2 and then rallying back to get to 3 wins. We could keep going here. At this point, I'm ecstatic, right? Turning an 0-2 into a only 500 gem loss. It still sounds bad. But here, if we win this one, we're playing for it all. And this is an amazing hand on the play. Oh my goodness. Turn 2 Corrupt Court Official, turn 3 Earthbender's Ascension, turn 4 Cycle of Renewal, and we just trigger everything. Yeah, you should discard a card. Forest is what we want to see against this kind of start. I want them to be playing like green-red. Sweet, discard a mountain. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Green-red, it's really hard for them to deal with just the size of the things that we're going to be playing on the board. Search for a basic. Yeah, you can ramp. Beam again? Is this Rockolanch? Feels like Rockolanch is coming. Earthbend equal to the number of forests you have. I will Earthbend this swamp, and we will go get our mountain. I know we have all these green cards, but we need the red eventually. And Cycle of Renewal is going to turn a swamp into a forest in a swamp, most likely. Hey, that's a really good one. Discard and get the Shared Roots back. That's pretty good. We're going to kill her just immediately. Deadly Precision. Do I want to just pay for this instead of sacking the 1/1? No, I want to play Cycle of Renewal. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, target, auto pay, corrupt court official. And I'm actually going to do this on my turn. We're going to sacrifice this mountain and go get forest. We already have double swamp in play. Forest mountain, because this puts another 1/1 counter on the Earthbent land. Think, and we're getting in for 3. The aggro is aggroing. We also have a True Ancestry to get back the Corrupt Court Official, I guess, if they go down to like 1 or so card in hand, and we can just blow them out. Size makes sense. Look at the top 4. Put a land or a creature into hand. Could be good. Maybe. Boomy. They have 1 lesson so far, 2 lessons. Yeah, Boomy's looking pretty good, isn't he? I think I'm actually gonna do this. We're gonna go green, red, True Ancestry, get back Corrupt Court Official. Sack the Clue, leaving up black for the Corrupt Court Official. Not hit a land, be sad. I think I'd rather get 3 damage in than play the Corrupt Court Official here. The next turn we have Iroh. They get Boomy. Boomy gets 2 triggers. And we just have Allies at Last and Firebending Lesson. Let's see what they choose. Just all stats all the time. You got it. Hey, a land is pretty good. I'm going to play Mr. Iroh himself. I'm going to play a Swamp. I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on the land. We're going to Allies at Last. These 2 creatures kill Boomy. And we're holding up a Firebending Lesson for next turn as well, potentially. We can Firebending Lesson the mountain. It's their only mountain. They're very clearly barely playing red. Maybe just for this top, honestly. I've seen 3 mountains and 1 red card. We have the Corrupt Court Official in hand, so they're going to be holding on to stuff now. They know we have it. It's face up. But it was just, we wanted the clue. We wanted to draw through things. Earth Rumble. Earth Bend 2, and then fight. Where do you want to fight? I assume it's Iroh. Resolve. And then we're just going to finish it off with Firebending Lesson here. They're thinking. Earth Rumble. Yeah, this is why this card's not as good. It's like, I'm going to get to trade for it now. The Earthbent lands are just going to keep on being a problem. Oh, they're thinking really hard about this turn here. Let's see what they do. I think the issue that they're having is they want to play a card here. But if they play a card, then I get to Corrupt Court Official whatever the other card is. So it's kind of like they're deciding not to play the other card by playing the card they want to play here. They could have like a 2 or a 3 drop, right? And they're like, I want to be efficient and play the 2 drop. So let's see what they want to do. Could be like a Rocky Rebuke. Oh, it's Allies at Last. Okay. So now we're going to get whatever the last card in their hand is off of this Corrupt Court Official. Earthbend. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. That seems pretty good here. Discard whatever the last card is. It is Rockolanch. Oh, I'm glad I'm putting that in the graveyard. They can still flash it back to make a 6/6, which is kind of terrifying. But we have a Earthbender's Ascension, so Rockolanch, it's here. I assume they're not attacking. They're at 9. 8 if I just draw a land. No blocks. That's terrifying. They were so content to just go straight to combat for that. I'm going to put on the Corrupt Court Official. I'm just going to hit them for 2. And then I'm probably going to block with the Rockolanch. It doesn't give trample. Oh, it's an exile, right? Uh-oh. That gives trample. Oh, Earthbend 2. Yeah, I'll trade with the 2/2. This is interesting, isn't it? You take 6. You have a Boiling Rock Prison. With the trample? I have the food. We could draw an instant speedway to turn off trample. So I'm gonna block. And then before damage, I'll sacrifice and shuffle him away. I know with trample in play, it's kind of irrelevant, but we could draw firebending. Oh, we're second clue, not a food. Okay, so then that doesn't matter either way. Colors, I guess I'll get green. The 1/1 counter here. Oh, Lizard Blade also now is lethal. Twin Blades. We sacrifice this immediately, leaving up all the colors of the rainbow. Boomy's Bash. 1/1 counter. I think we have to destroy target land creature, sadly. Do I want to trade with their 4/4? I don't, because it means every land. Destroy target land creature. So now we block. Well, we need one more thing to be basically solid here. And they need one more removal spell. Okay, that forces the trade. What a top deck. So now we need another removal spell, or we lose. I guess a chump blocker that turns into a clue is good. Top deck or bust. They've top decked amazingly, like 6 turns straight. Mill 3 cards and make a food. Distribute 2 1/1s and then draw a card. Alright. And they milled into another Rockolanch. Wow, they're like mono green. Okay. Rockolanch, a different creature. Oh wow, that was a winning play. They win now. I mean, they could have just attacked, but they don't even give me a chance to draw. Good plays, opponent. All right. Yeah, they top decked incredibly, hitting a second Rockolanch. I mean, they drew like 4 cards straight, and we just drew nothing on any of ours. But hey, we rallied back to get this to be a 3/3. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'll take it not being another 0/3. I mean, it's a difference of 950 gems, right? So I'm not going to complain here. Does mean we kind of just spun our wheels again, but gotta move through the not so great opens so that we can get to the good ones. That was a really good deck. Playing a little Jundam out. I think black is just proving to be the most inconsistent color in the format. I think this showcased why. We had a lot of great cards, and it still felt like in games we were just playing behind the whole game, even though we were playing what is kind of regarded as like the correct curve. Like a lot of cards just felt really unimpressive, even when they were in their best case scenarios. The 2/2 that can create a copy of itself and sack an artifact or creature feels really slow, and even when it works, it kind of didn't feel like it did a ton. The 2/2, where if you've drawn 2 cards, is unblockable, also feels like even when it's working, it's not really doing a lot. And as a result, I feel like black ends up spinning its wheels a lot and then just losing to bigger, dumber things. That last game was a perfect example. Rocco Lance just being a 6/6 beat out, and a lot of our creatures, and kind of forced us to just be able to have a removal spell every turn. So if we weren't removing something or top decking removal every turn, felt like we were playing behind. But we'll call that as a good draft. It moves us in the right direction, and we'll see you in the next one.